I'm Sophie McGinn and welcome to round 11 of the National Mini Bike Road Race Championships here in Lydd in Kent. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be getting stuck in with the boys.
So here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, our first race underway, Minimoto Junior Production. I'm joined by Alan Lord in the commentary box, the Sexual Dynamo. As away they go, blasting down towards the first turn. Alderson looks like he's going to sweep through to take the lead. Just goes through on the inside there. Brandon Payne in second position. Looks like number 12, Charlie Farrier in third place. Eric Pinson in fourth. As they power up towards us, Alderson, Brandon Payne, Farrier, Pinson in fourth position. Sweeping round. Well, some great racing and a lot of championships. They're all going to be settled here today, the final round. 11 rounds these guys have been battling it out throughout the year. So Alderson, he's been controlling this championship. He's going to be clearing up in this one. Brandon Payne in second position in the moment in this race. Pinson there in third. Looks like we've had a change there. Finn Pinson moving up ahead of Farrier. Yep, there he is. Now into third position without the fairing on the front of the machine. As the rest of the field come through. Also looking out there, you've got Nathan Drury, James Davis, Franco Bourne, Bethany Dobson, Josh Hyatt, Jack Hart. But it is James Alderson at the front of the field at the moment. No problem at all for him. Looking very comfortable. Very talented young rider. Actually, we'll be seeing him later in the junior gearbox, which brings me a lot. We will see a lot of these riders riding multiple classes, Alan.
Yeah, well, the benefit is that it's like here you've got the junior production class here, Minimoto. They can also ride in the junior aircool class if they've got the machinery, and quite a few of them also ride in the junior gearbox class, which is the bigger bikes for 9 to 14-year-olds. It gives them, having the double entries, gives them twice the amount of track time for, I think it's about 50% less money for the second entry. So it gives them a lot of track time for the money.
And they're certainly making use of it, because some of the riding style and battles that we're going to be seeing later in the show, absolutely fantastic. In fact, the whole series really competitive racing all the way through. Brandon Payne there, still in second place. Pinson, she's right behind him at the moment. There's Alderson just checking out at the front. Pinson there in third. So James Alderson sweeping back up towards us. No problem at all for him. You can see him increasing that lead. Charlie Farrier dropped down into fourth place. And fourth place dropping back slightly now, a bit closer towards the back of the pack. Alderson coming through, your race leader. You can see that battle behind him, second and third, Pinson and Brandon Payne. Brandon Payne just holding on to second at the moment. But you can see Pinson trying everything he can to climb all over the back wheel of Brandon Payne. And very close in the championships as well. Alderson, and that's Nathan Drury going down. We'll be having a chat with Nathan a little bit later in the show. Nathan also riding in the junior gearbox. Brandon Payne coming down towards us. You can see Pinson, nothing much between them. That's Davis behind them now into fourth place. So it looks like Charlie Farrier has dropped a position, but as Alderson crosses the line, it's going to be Pinson in second and Brandon Payne in third. The championships, it's going to be James Alderson taking the win with 714 points. Brandon Payne will finish second in the championship with 681, and Bethany Dobson will finish third with 504 points.
I'm just Nathan's mechanic. Nathan's the one that rides. He started last year in June on the mini motos. He's now gone up to the Metro kits. He only started last year, but it's given him a focus, and that's something that all kids need, especially kids with autism. And he finds it relaxing and calming, and he's done absolutely brilliantly in the short time that he's been racing. And it's helped him off the track, it's helped him socialise with other children, something he found very hard to do beforehand. We're supporting two charities. We've done a campaign called Stick It for Autism. The first charity we're supporting is the National Autistic Society that helped us when we went through a bad patch with Nathan in his schooling. And the second one is the Jigsaw Trust, which is local to us and something we deal with every day because we work with special needs children as well. The National Autistic Society are a large organisation that help in many, many ways, even if it's just support on the end of the phone or helping children with autism. They've helped us in the past where we were at a real low point, and we phoned them up. They give us advice on helping with ways to manage Nathan when he was going through a bad patch, and also people we could talk to help us with getting him into the right schooling, which he's now in, and it's made a huge difference to Nathan.
Well, a little chat there with Nathan Drury and his dad, who will again be seen in action in this race. We're now underway with the junior gearbox. Alderson again leading it. Now we do see several riders taking part in several classes, as we've just seen. Alderson just taking the win in the junior production. And this class, Alan, it's really grown for you this year.
Yeah, it never ceases to amaze me. It's grown and grown. Basically, in the junior gearbox class, you've got two-stroke sections, which are GP70 and GP50, which you can see at the front now. They do have a power advantage, the two strokes at the moment. You've got James on a 70cc and Jamie Davis on a 50cc. Then the vast majority of the rest of the field are the four strokes, which are 140cc, four-stroke pit bike engines. They're based on a pit bike. Some have kept them the same as a pit bike. You can see there in third place you've got Charlie Hirons on the Supermoto pit bike style. Right behind him there in fifth place you've got Sam Jones, who's on exactly the same bike. It's just a pit bike the same, it's got a fairing, clip-ons and rear sets on it. Same engine, same wheel, same tyre, same suspension, just a different style of bike.
Excellent. And we are now looking at Alderson coming up towards us. Number 19, Davis in second position at the moment. There you can see the green and black machine. Charlie Hirons, as we were saying, in third on the typical pit bike. Now they're all riding for separate awards out there as well, so I've got quite a few championship positions to read at the end of this one. They've all been battling hard for their own individual awards. Alderson looking very cool and calm at the front though, no problem at all for him. Starting to pull away from Davis. Charlie Hirons there still battling away in third. Then the number 3 machine just going through there as well. So that's Joey Lambden. Davis putting in a nice little performance there in second position. Looking very stylish as well, just ahead of Charlie Hirons. Charlie looks like he's starting to close that gap down now. So really starting to hot up that battle for second and third. At the moment you can see Davis just looking over his shoulder. So you obviously hear the machine of Hirons closing down on him. Number 3 Lambden is still in there in fourth position. As Alderson, your race leader, coming up towards us. No problem at all for him. Comfortably out in front. Heads down there from Charlie Hirons, trying everything he can, trying to close that gap. Sweeping around that turn. Here's Alderson towards our camera position. There's Davis. Hirons in third. Lambden still there in fourth position. Looking behind him, I think it's number 46, I'm not too sure, couldn't make out the number. Definitely a 6 at the end of it. But Alderson over the far side of the circuit. A really nice circuit down here at Lydd, first time the championships visited it this year. And perfect weather conditions. And Alderson swings around towards us. Well, I can't see, being the bar limit, any incidents. There being any changes at this moment, as Davis still there in second place. Hirons just doesn't seem to be able to close that down. That gap still looking very consistent at the moment. So riders coming down towards us. Alderson, they've got a couple of back markers to deal with. Davis coming through. Charlie Hirons, that gap staying pretty consistent between them at the moment. Now Davis looking over his shoulder again. So he's obviously aware that Charlie's with him.
You can hear that four-stroke booming down on him.
You would, because especially if you're on a two-stroke out there, you definitely hear the difference in the noise coming behind you. Alderson around towards us, over halfway stage on this one now. So James Alderson, Davis in battling away there. We've still got Charlie Hirons behind him. Joey Lambden in fourth position, no change at all. Davis just going through and starting to increase that lead over Hirons there now. So Charlie just dropping off the space, so you can see there's second and third coming through. So Charlie just dropping back now slightly in third. Good battle range in fourth and fifth, 87 and 3 up there as well. I think 87 back mark.
That was a great move from Sam Jones there, 94 on the Mini GP bike. That was a classic into that corner.
He certainly did. He just switched it just right as he came through in towards it. So Sam Jones having a cracking battle at the moment with the number 3 machine of Joey Lambton. I think that was 87, was down as a back marker, was he? I think, just as him moving around amongst that pack there with him. Alderson coming through. So really, there's Davis still in second. You can see Charlie in third position. The first 3 really getting stretched out now. So the way it's going to stand now, the championship points, it's going to be a win. We'll start with the GP50 class, and it's going to be Brandon Payne taking the win with 630 points. Second in the championship will go to Jake Hopper, number 87, with 516 points. Cameron Hall will take third in the championship with 304 points. In the GP70 class, it's going to be this man here, number 19, James Alderson, with 624 points, from Franco Bourne with 250 points. Tom Alexander will take the third position in the championship with 120 points. In the junior gearbox, it is going to be Tom Stevens, 93, with 583 points. Charlie Herons, who's currently sitting third in this race at the moment, will finish second in the championship with 561 points. Sam Jones will finish third with 533 points. In the junior gearbox 125s, Adrian Greenshaw will finish in the top of the spot with 210 points, and Nathan Drury in second position with 128 points. As one rider just goes down there, I'm not too sure who that was actually.
Kyle McDonald in the GP70 class is on a pit bike style GP70, but I think he does get back on a remount, but it looks like he's had a little come off there.
Yeah, certainly he was picking his machine up though, so no injured. Alderson then crosses the line and takes the championship win in his class. Well, welcome back. Our next race up is Minimoto Senior Air Cord. Away they go. Will Howarth leading the charge down to the first turn, and one rider running back to his guy. He's just into the pits.
I think he forgot his gloves, so he had to start from the back of the grid, which is a bit of an amateur mistake to make, but I'll probably have done that myself as well.
Well, he's got him, and he's going to be underway again. Howarth at the front of the field as they come down towards, I think that's Adam Steiner, number 17, just battling away. That is going to be Richard Spears there as well. Jim Holmes and Arnold all up there. So down towards us, Will Howarth, number 96, having a battle away. Now I'm guessing, because normally Richard Spears wears a t-shirt, that looks like, but that still looks like his leathers there.
Yeah, I'm finding it hard to recognise him for a change. It's not as if he's a shrinking violet, is it?
No, he's certainly not. He's certainly one of the characters of the sport. But as Howarth comes down towards us, Steiner still in second position. Adrian Arnold and Richard Holmes having a good battle there as well. The rest of the field coming through. You've got John Farr, Nick Bennett, Andy Whedon, Rob Petit and John Petit out there. Jamie Diss, Paul Nichols, Scott Stewart out there. Howarth starting to pull away slightly as they go up there. Adrian Arnold now, number 30, in second position. I'm guessing that is going to be Richard Spears in third position, without his characteristic lucky t-shirt. Holmes there, is that Holmes in fourth position? It certainly is. Battling away, and I think that's still Steiner right behind him. So Howarth, your race leader. 30, Adrian Arnold, then Richard Spears, then Richard Holmes, then Adam Steiner in fourth. Those four riders really starting to pull away from the rest of the pack. Great bit of riding there. Some fantastic battling away. There's Will Howarth, your race leader. No problem at all for him. 30, Adrian Arnold in second position. Been quite close as well in the championship coming into this one between these, but it looks like Howarth is going to clinch it okay on this one. Good performance this weekend from Howarth. And your race leader from number 30, Adrian Arnold, is second in the championship. Mark Payne, third in the championship, but no sign of Mark at the moment.
I think he had a bit of a clutch issue or a bike issue. I think he's just riding around. I think he realised that he's got this problem, but opted to go out and just pick up points. So I think that might be him right at the back. We've just seen go through, but he's definitely out there.
He certainly is, yeah. He's on the score sheet anyway, so he's definitely out there. But as I would have normally been expecting to see him. Ooh, bit of a battle going on there. Richard Spears and Richard Holmes there. I think Spears is just controlling it. Oh no, Holmes has gone through. And you can see Richard Spears is just sitting upwards slightly on his bike there. So Spears now down into 4th position. Holmes there in 3rd. Steiner still in 5th position, bouncing along on trying to get every ounce of last bit of power out of that machine. It's incredible how they do ride these machines, because these are full-size adults riding on these mini-moto machines, and certainly do a fantastic job. Different styles you'll notice as well. Some ride with you'll see them the knees out all the way, and then you've got people like Richard Spears. They'll unbelievably manage to tuck the knees in when, especially when they're coming down the straights. Howarth though is under a lot of pressure now. Adrian Arnold really is trying to make the move, having a look down the inside, but Howarth just closing the door, and here we go, makes that move, Adrian Arnold, and then Howarth sweeps back round the outside. So very close. This is going to go to the wire between these two. Holmes also starting to close up on them as well. Richard Spears still there in 4th position. So Will Howarth down towards us. Adrian Arnold in 2nd. Richard Holmes in 3rd. Spears in 4th. But your race leader Howarth again starting to come under pressure. Adrian Arnold right onto his rear wheel. Holmes there in 3rd. You can see Richard Spears in 4th. Steiner still there in 5th position. A little bit further back we should have John Farr, number 48, then Nick Bennett in 7th, Andy Whedon in 8th position, Rob Petit in 9th, and John Petit rounding out the top 10. But look at 1st, 2nd and 3rd coming towards us. Howarth has got a real battle on his hands at the moment, because now we've got Holmes in 2nd place, Arnold down into 3rd. Oh, and just making a mistake there. Holmes just nearly high-sided, and that has allowed Arnold through, and Spears now up into 3rd position, and looks like he's going to lose that position to Steiner as well. So some drama at the finish of this one, and we're going to be coming through at the checkers. It's going to be Will Howarth, Adrian Arnold will take 2nd, Spears will take 3rd.
Joining me now is Marlon Hussein Sharp, who has been giving me a bit of advice this morning on running out in the 160s. Marlon, give me a bit of a talk through the weekend so far.
Bit of a talk through the weekend. Didn't manage to get here yesterday. Bit of a bummer. I was hoping to get here, but unfortunately, things at home couldn't allow us to do that. Got here this morning a little bit late. Got everything out ready. Got to change a few things on the bike, gearing wise, suspension wise, adjust it all, make sure it runs all right. Going around the corner is a little bit bumpy, so hopefully we can get that sorted for the next qualifying.
And how are you hoping to do in qualifying?
First, not going to happen. No, last couple of qualifiers that I've done in the last meetings, roughly around 10th between 6th. So hopefully get between in the top 10 this time again, and hopefully push on from there really.
Well, a little chat there with Marlon, and that's going to bring us up to the Pit Bike Open. And away they go. You can see Marlon there with the blue numbers on his machine. Dean Brown at the front of the field. Ben Lord, number 48, in 2nd position as the field stream through there. Marlon in about 4th position, I think, where we've got him. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there he is in the blue and white leathers. So it is Dean Brown, Ben Lord. Should we have a look, see who we've got in 3rd? I think it's Concannon in 3rd position, James Concannon, number 21 from the distance.
I think it's Jordan Concannon actually. Yep, 91. Yeah, is that right? Is that Jordan? Yes, Jordan.
He certainly is. So as Dean Brown comes towards us. Now we've had a look, we've had some of the junior machines on the mini motos and then the gearboxes. Just tell me a little bit about what we call it Pit Bike Open now.
Well, we run 3 pit bike classes, Paul. There's pit bike stock 140, 140cc stock bikes, pit bike 160, 160cc stock pit bikes obviously. Then we have the open class, which catches everything in between and including those. So you can ride either of those 2 stock bikes in this class if you so wish. Obviously you may have a power disadvantage because there'll be some tuned bikes out there. But basically it's if you've got a pit bike and it's got an engine in it up to 200cc 4-stroke or 80cc 2-stroke, you can ride it in this class. Tend to find that the fast 140 guys and 160 guys tend to be at the front of this as well as their own classes. It's like everything else in pit bikes. Most of it comes down to the rider.
You have got a good calibre rider, especially at this one. I mean, Dean Brown is from what we say the big bikes, British Superbike. But you've got a couple of guest riders as well we're going to see later as well.
Yeah, we've got, I don't know, we've got guest riders. We've got Tristan and Luke Stapleton and Tristan Palmer, who races in BSB in the 600s. They quite often come along in between races. They've bought pit bikes and come along and race in this. And they're doing really well. They're enjoying it as well. It's a way for them to have fun. I believe you speak to them later on in the programme, so you'll have an interview with them. But yeah, they come along and they enjoy it just like everybody else. It's there to have fun.
Some serious racing, although we think about it as being fun and pit bikes, but we do get some seriously entertaining racing. Dean Brown coming through. There's Marlon coming through in second, just ahead of. Oh, no, just going to literally, I thought he was going to squeeze down the inside then. Number 48, Ben Lord, looked like he was going to make that move, but Marlon just managed to just sweep across him there.
In this, the point of interest in this race, being the last one of the season, it comes down to this race, this last second race for Dean Brown and Ben Lord. To win the championship. Ben has a little bit of a lead. I think he has to finish 9th or I think actually 10th or above to take the championship. At the moment he's sitting pretty in third, and obviously Dean's doing what he's got to do, which is just go out and try and win. That's all he can do.
So it could be a nail biter right to the end on this one. So Ben didn't want to be taking any mistakes, but he's trying to push it and try and find a way past Marlon in a minute. He was down on this straight the last time around. You can see Ben just looking over his shoulder. He's got a whole freight train behind him. Couple of riders trying to. That's number 7. That's John Bolsover, riding really well this weekend. Sitting there in 4th position, ahead of James.
Yeah, I think he's done his 3rd or 4th pit bike race. So John's really shown his calibre. He races in big bikes in the classics, and you can see that his calibre's coming out. There's also his 2 sons, Connor and Matt Bolsover, raced really well in their championship as well. So it's good to see the 3 of them out there.
We do see a lot of brothers, and it's a very family-oriented sport, this one, because I noticed we've even got the 2 Concannons out there as well.
Yeah, you've got quite a lot. You've got the Pettit brothers in the senior air-cooled mini-moto classes. There's quite a few of them. People come along, or families or friends and what have you, or brothers, as you say, and race, brothers and sisters. It's good to see it. I mean, that's the whole point. We try to have an emphasis on a very, very friendly, family-orientated paddock. Obviously, it's competitive. It has to be. It's racing. But, you've got to enjoy it whilst you're doing it.
It's very competitive at the minute. It's that battle for second place. There's Dean Brown going through. Marlon there has got Ben Lord, and they're absolutely nothing between them at all at the moment. Just out of our camera shot is Dean Brown, our cameraman following the leader, Dean Brown. He's got a comfortable lead, but the battle is absolutely raging, and it's going to go. Here he comes towards us, and you say John Bolsover's got a brilliant view of it unfolding right in front of him. But 48 there. Ben Lord trying everything he can, and Marlon is just holding the better line down towards that corner they go again. And you can see John Bolsover having a little look down the inside there as well. But here they come towards us. Tishu is just pushing the bike back to the paddock. But Marlon is saying he's holding that line. Ben's going to have a look down the inside again. And you can see Marlon just having a little look. Trying to have a glance over his shoulder. You'll hear Ben trying to come down there, but Ben is trying everything he can. The slightest opening, he's going to try and push through this. He's going to go right to the wire on this one. Dean Brown, he's checked out quite comfortably at the front of the field. Oh, John Bolsover. See, Ben can't afford to relax either, because John's just waiting to snap through on the inside, down towards us to come. And he's going to go. This is checkered flag. I'm expected to be coming out very, very shortly. Marlon there, and Ben, and here they come at the checkers. Dean Brown is going to take the win, and I can tell you right out of our camera shot, unfortunately we didn't get it. There was an incident. Marlon went down and Ben went down, but restarted and finished 9th. So whether that is going to help him, it could be enough for the championship. We're going to have to let you know on the results later.
So we're just going to grab a few words with Rossi Brown. Now, Rossi, bit of an interesting name there. Do you think you've managed to go as fast as he does today?
Yeah.
How do you think you're going to get on in the race?
Good.
Think you're going to win?
Maybe.
So I know your dad does a bit of racing as well. What does your dad do?
Super bikes.
Does super bikes. Do you think you're going to do that when you're a bit older?
Yeah.
So, welcome back. Our next race up on the card, Junior 4.2s, away they go. And I can tell you this championship has already been wrapped up. Casey O'Gorman, number 7, you'll have seen him on previous episodes. He has won the championship with 623 points and has opted not to come here. Alan?
Yeah, the little pocket rocket Casey, he's, as you say, he's already wrapped it up, so he didn't need to come. And he'd been invited over to Italy to race with some of the Polini teams over there, so he's obviously gone with the sun, which I don't blame him neither, to be honest. But yeah, he's a worthy winner. He did really well this year, really well.
He certainly has. He's been a very entertaining rider to watch, and a big future, I'm sure, for him, especially if he's already been invited over to Italy. How old is he, Casey?
7.
So good things ahead for him. Anyway, our race at the moment looks like Elliot Pinson. He's our race leader at the moment. 21 Franco Bourne was up there to start with. Callum Wybrow in 3rd position. Getting a bit tongue-tied there. And I can tell Franco Bourne is about 3rd position in the championship at the minute. But here they come, Elliot Pinson towards us. Going through, no problem at all. All our riders battling through. And this is a good little class as well to introduce the riders to the sport.
Yeah, it's an excellent breeding ground for learning the racecraft, isn't it? I mean, these are little ratbacks, 40cc air-cooled, quite highly tuned bikes, but they get a bit of a lick on, as you can see. But it's a great way for them to learn race lines, racecraft, and around traffic and that sort of thing. It's a great breeding ground for them. Brilliant.
And here they come, a little battle developing at the moment. Franco Bourne has got Callum Wybrow all over him at the moment. Elliot, he's clear at the front at the moment. He's got a little bit of a cushion, but the battle really is starting to rage. I'm just waiting to see as they go through that camera position. Well, there's Elliot at the front. A bit of smoke blowing out the back of the bike there as he just came out of that corner. But the battle really is raging. Callum in 3rd at the moment. Franco Bourne doing everything he can to try and hold him at bay. Callum again trying to have a look round the outside. So 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Well, first Elliot, he's comfortable at the moment. 2nd and 3rd are the two that are having the battle. Then there's quite a bit of a gap then. We should also be looking for riders like Josh Hyatt, Jack Hopper, Jack Hart, Oscar Pinson out there, Eddie O'Shea, Finn Smart, Corey Stainer, Brodie Crockford. Try and give as many of you all a mention out there. I'm supporting the championship throughout the year. Well, a little tricky section that there. There's a little brow, and I'm just watching as they come down into that corner then. It's really throwing it, especially on these mini-moto machines.
You'll notice also with the mini-motos, we run this tight infield bit, which they're just going into now. We couldn't run it on the big gearbox bikes. It's far too tight for them, but it adds that little bit of extra, path that they're going to negotiate on it with the mini-motos. It tests their skill a little bit more.
I was going to say, you certainly can, because they really are able to throw the machines around into that section. And Elliot coming down towards us, he's got a very comfortable lead, but look at this battle again. Wybrow trying again down the outside. But Franco Bourne really has got a scrap on his hands at the moment. He cannot afford to relax. And we are coming towards the closing stages of this one as well. So Callum having another look down at Franco Bourne holding the line. Elliot, well, he's there just at the front of the field. You can see, Callum is looking like he's carrying a lot of momentum down there then. Again, he's having a look down the outside. Well, say Franco's really guarding those inside lines, so he's forcing Callum to have a look round on the outside. Down onto the long straight towards us. And now going into that infield section that Alan was just telling us about, really making them work there. So down towards that next corner. Franco just holding the better line. And just as I said that, he's drifted wide and slowed quite a bit, and that has allowed Callum through into 2nd place. What I was saying, he was protecting his lines, but literally I'm not too sure what happened there, but just kind of looked like, well, he just drifted wide. Didn't look like it was a machine problem or anything, but unfortunately that's cost him dear now, and we are coming towards the closing stage of this well as well now, so I can't see whether Franco is going to be able to get it back. Elliot is comfortable out the front, and I can tell you now, so the order is pretty much going to stay the same as it is at the moment. Elliot Pinson looks like he's going to take the win. Callum Wybrow will take 2nd. Franco Bourne will take 3rd. In the championships, as we've said, Casey O'Gorman has took the win with 623 points. Jack Hart will finish 2nd in the championship with 600 points. And Franco Bourne, who's currently 3rd at the moment in this race, will finish 3rd in the championship with 581 points.
Tristan, tell me what brings you here today?
Well, our season's finished now, so we're just having a bit of a play. We do it practicing through the summer just for a bit of fun, but now the season's over, we thought we'd come and have a proper race, see how we get on.
So how have your boys been getting on BSP?
Yeah, really good. They've had a strong season. We've had a lot of podiums. Moss's had 3 wins and Luke hasn't quite got a win. Stapleford has had a couple of seconds, but a few lap records and going real strong this year. So we're looking really forward to next season, really, and hopefully having a good go at winning the championship.
Good stuff. Well, tell me a bit more about the bikes you're riding today.
Yeah, obviously a bit smaller and a bit more delicate. Yeah, little Chinese pit bikes, but real good fun, quite fast once you're on them, and it's that close to racing is, you can't get away, so it normally ends up real good fun. So
Luke, tell me a bit more about how your season's been going this year.
Yeah, we've had a real strong end to the year, really. In the Super Sport Series, we've set like numerous fastest laps, and yeah, this year's been a real turnaround compared to the last couple of years. We've been strong. So yeah, it's been a good general year, really.
Stuff. Now tell me a bit more about what you're doing here today.
Well, we're all fans of bikes, so whenever we can get on a bike, we do. We do plenty of motocross, and pit bikes just the next thing, really. We'll when there's a few of us, anything's a lap. If you're on the same things, we enjoy it. So.
Now tell me a bit more about obviously the circuit today and how you're finding it and what you think of the championship.
Well, when I was 8 years old, I started go-karting, so I know a lot of the circuits anyway from them. But it's nice to come back to really where I started when I was younger. Like I said, the pit bike's a real good laugh when you're with a lot of friends, and the championship's really well organised. So yeah, we're just here really to keep yourself on a bike. The season's over now for us, so if I can stay on a bike and get riding all through the winter, that's my main target. So as long as I'm having fun, I've got a smile on my face, that's the main thing.
So here we go then, underway pit bike 140s. Well, we've got Luke and Tristan out there that we've just been speaking to, and it is going to be Luke leading the charge, Dean Brown in second place at the moment, Ben Bailey in third. Then we've got 880. Now I can tell you the championship has already been wrapped up in this one, 48. I thought it was a rider going down there. Ben Lord is opted out of not riding in this one. We saw him go down in an instance with Marlon in the previous race. Was it ankle and his knee, you said he hurt?
No, he's chipped his wrist and banged his knee, so he decided to sit this one out. He'd already wrapped it up, so probably the wise decision, really.
He's got 622 points and a second place guy in the championship at the moment, dicing away actually there with Luke. Just having a battle away. You can see the fluorescent yellow helmet. He's currently second in the championship, so he's still going to try and salvage some more points, keep him ahead of Dean Brown, who's also in second position at the moment. So those two battling away for the second and third in the championship. Ben Lord clinched it so far. Dean Brown at the front of the field at the moment. But here we go. Luke trying to put the pressure on him. Bailey in third. Stapleford in fourth position. Sorry. Looking to see who we got in fifth.
He mixed that up again. Luke Stapleford's in second. Tristan's in fourth. As Tristan's his manager in the Super Sport Championship, and it's good to see them racing side by side. As you'll probably see when they get close together, they're love lost out on the track. I think they tend to clash a few bars from time to time.
Well, hopefully we'll see a bit of that in a moment. But let's have a look who we got down here now. Our riders down over the far side of the circuit. That's Mick going through. Mick Lord. Oh, and one rider. Who was that? It was a back marker, I think, over the far side. I just saw him pulling over the way then. I thought it was one of our leading riders. I think that might be... just looking to see who it was. But, Dean Brown coming towards us. Yeah, you can just see him just cruising around over the back part of the circuit. So we're coming through there, and we got number 76 there having a real good battle, just having there, really starting to rage there. But Dean Brown, cracking battle, the first, second and third, nothing much between them now. Down over there, so Dean Brown, as I say, he's battling with the guy in the fluorescent yellow helmet. They're second and third in the championship, so that's going to be decided in this one. Ben Lord has already clinched it, and as I say, not riding out this one, had a bit of a tumble earlier in the day. But Dean Brown under pressure now. It's going to be very, very close as they go through. Just trying everything he can to put the pressure on him. Back marker ahead of him as well. With a twitch on the front wheel from Bailey there. But So this race really, we've got quite a stacked lineup with some seriously experienced riders in this one.
Yeah, there's a great cross-reference of talent here. I mean, this is one of the first rounds, because it's the last round in the season, and some of the championship points have been wrapped up. We're only running one grid here of 32 riders. Because we had 32 entries, we capped it at that. Normally we have to run an A and a B group, so you've got a good spectrum of riders here from probably the slower end of what would normally be in the B class up to the front here. We got Luke from Supersport 600s, Dean Brown from used to race in Ducati Cup and Stockton Thousands. Ben Bailey did CB 500s at one time, and obviously normally Ben and McLeod there are up near the front as well. Martin Cocaine sat out this one as well. I think he had a damaged leg, so he's decided to sit out as well. So he would normally be up the front as well.
We've seen that change now. Tristan making that move. Dino down into second.
It's Luke, not Tristan.
Yeah, Luke. I don't know why I keep calling it. So Luke's down, making the move into the lead ahead of Dean Brown. I'm looking to see Bailey still there in third. So just looking under his shoulder, I like the way he just looks under his shoulder to see how close Dean is to him. Dean not letting him get away though. Bailey still there in third. Tristan Palmer there as the checkers go out. And Dean Brown will take second. Bailey, he's standing on the pegs there and crossing the line. He'll know that he's probably done second in the championship. So here we go then. We're now underway with the senior production, back with the mini motos. Jim Snow, number 45, getting the jump off the grid there, leading the charge from Richard Holmes in second. It looks like John Farr possibly there in third. Looking for Richard Spears in fourth. Away they go.
John Farr's in fifth. He's the tall guy in the black leathers. You can't miss him.
There he is in with a green helmet. So there they come down towards just Jim Snow and Richard Holmes. Who we got there in third? There's no fairing with number on it.
It's not Tommy Jones, is it? Can't make him out from here.
Yeah, not running a number on his machine, so possibly you're Tommy Jones for now. So Jim Snow going through, and again you've put this section in for the adults as well with the mini motor.
Yeah, it's because they can run it. Obviously the tighter section is a bit too much for the bigger bikes, but works well with the mini motos. It's worth pointing out on this race as well that this championship has gone right down to the wire. We've seen some really close racing between these guys throughout the season, but it's that close that it literally goes down to who wins the championship. There are virtually a few points between them in points for this race.
It has. I mean, we've actually said a couple of times, but really, you could have covered most of the races that these guys have gone out this year. You could have covered them with a tablecloth. They've been really, really close all the time. Jim Snow and Holmes there. Spears has now moved up into third, and we're presuming that's Tommy Jones in fourth. John Farr then with the green helmet behind him. And looks like Richard Spears has got his lucky T-shirt back on. Is it going to bring him the luck to clinch the championship? No, Richard, he'll probably have his van already sign written. Jim Snow battling away there, and we've got Richard Holmes. You can tuck him right in there, trying to close that gap down on him. But Jim Snow commanding it at the moment. So Holmes there, as I say, Spears is now up into third position. Bit of that gap then, Tommy Jones then Farr going through. And another bit of a gap then. I'm expecting that to be Billy Jones going through. Another rider without his fairing. So Spears, we've had some changes when they come round. Spears is now up to second behind Holmes and trying to make that move. Jim Snow down in third now. So Richard Spears in second place. And we are just bringing you the highlights. We've had that change, but it looks like Spears has made the move round the outside. So Richard Spears, 1 lap to go. Board has just gone out as well. Holmes trying to come back at him. Well, they'll be getting ready with a sign writing with the van for Richard. Richard Spears, your race leader at the moment. As I say, this championship is going to go right down to the wire on this one, because Richard Holmes and Jim Snow as well. Not many points between them. There they go. And looking over his shoulder, both sides, Richard Spears. So probably only a lap or two. Well, the lap board is out at the moment. Richard Holmes, they're going to have a tight section of circuit to come up.
I think we've lost Jim Snow, which is ruined his championship for him. I think of Richard, these two, or three including Jim Snow, fighting for the championship. So it really is going down to these two now.
And now, it would literally, as we speak now, Richard Holmes makes the move through on the inside, and Richard Spears comes back at him now. This is the next to checker flag should be getting ready now, and this is going to go. Here they come at the checkers. Richard Spears will take the win. Richard Holmes will finish second. As I say, Jim Snow, we've lost.
Just going to have a quick run through the 160 pit bike grid now. Let's go and have a quick chat with Michael. Michael, tell me what's been going on this morning.
Well, we had practice first thing, and I had a technical fault with my CDI, so unfortunately missed that session. But now went into qualifying and did pretty well in qualifying, so yeah, looking forward to the race.
Before I fall over. Right, tell me how it's been going this morning.
It's been going all right, yeah. Track's pretty grippy, and I'm still learning the track, so I only turned up here yesterday, but it's been going all right.
So have you found qualifying this morning?
Yeah, it's been going all right. I've been getting quicker and quicker and learning where the track goes, so I can keep getting quicker. But it's a pretty good track.
How's it been going this morning?
I'm still learning. It's my first time here, but I'm getting better, a little bit more confident than I was to start with.
And how have you found, obviously, did you practice yesterday?
Yeah, I did. I think I wouldn't have had a chance if I didn't practice yesterday. It's my first time riding the bike outdoors as well, so it's all quite
Brilliant, so quite a few first for everybody today then.
Yeah, it's good fun, mate.
Let's grab a word with you.
Yeah.
So Dan, tell me what's been happening in qualifying.
Well, pretty slow for me. But first time here. I've not done much of this anyway, but I was just learning the track. Quite technical. And, we'll see how it goes. Fun, so what's about.
Now, let's check in with these boys, see how they've been getting on in qualifying. Luke, what's been happening?
Not much really. Just having a bit of a crack really with all the lads. Yeah, it's good to be down here really. Getting out on the pit bike. Like I said earlier, we're just getting a bit of riding going on. So yeah, as long as we've got a smile on the face, that's the main thing.
Yeah, right. I think we're somewhere near the front. So yeah, hopefully we'll just have some good fun racing.
Now, how are you finding? Obviously, now the tyres are going off a bit.
Yeah, I'm staying upright at the minute. Had a few crashes yesterday practicing, but yeah, it's all going well today and feeling quite comfy, so should be good fun.
We've got a guest on the grid today, Sophie. Your first race, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Bit of an eye-opener this morning, but seemed to be going pretty well.
You've enjoyed it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's good to get behind this side and see, what's been going on, and I love it.
Well, you've been tormented now because you've been doing this to everybody else on the grid. Now it's your turn.
I know, I feel a bit bad now, but it's payback, isn't it? It's the end of the season, it's allowed.
So away we go then. This is the Pit Bike 160s, the final race of the show. And away they go. And Luke leading Charles, Tristan at the front. So that's some great onboard footage there with Martin Cocaine. And giving us a bird's eye view of the battle unfolding in front of him at the moment. So over the far side they go. Tristan leading Luke, and then John Bolsover again there in third position. What we said about John, he's really been impressive riding today.
Yeah, he's doing really, really well. I mean, it doesn't really surprise you. I mean, John's a class act. You've also got his son out there, Matt Bolsover, riding with him a few places back. Matt won't be pleased about that, the dad's up front, but yeah, that's what happens. But yeah, John's driving really, really well.
And Marlon as well, number 19, also up there in about fourth position. Mick Lord up there as well. So we've got all the ingredients for a cracking battle in this one. And there's some brilliant onboard footage just getting you there from Martin Cocaine there. But it is going to be Tristan at the front, Luke in second position, John Bolsover in third. We've just gone out a shot there as to see who else we've got battling away with them. So John Bolsover in third.
I made a mistake there. I think Matt was in front of him for a little while. I think John's now got past him, but I think it was Matt was actually in front of him. So now the slanging match will happen on the way home in the van.
It certainly will. There he is, 421. You can see the orange numbers of Matt there. And then John running the number 7 on his machine. And it looks like they're trading places again there as they just went out a shot. So we've got Tristan and Luke battling at the front. And I bet there'll be some words, choice words, because you've got your team manager and your rider there.
Yeah, I can imagine there could be a bit of a slanging match on the way home in that van as well.
But so we'll see how this one unfolds. Great onboard footage there with Martin Cocaine, still there in fourth position at the moment. So down towards us they come. Tristan Palmer just ahead of Luke. And then we've got... I'm waiting to get a full shot of our field to come through, where you can see Tristan just looking over his shoulder. It is John Bolsover there, just battling away with Martin Cocaine. back on board with Martin Cockayne as they go over the Martin goes down, just sliding out. And back you can see him running back to his machine there. So that's made a couple of changes. That's dropped him right down the field. He's back up. You can see our camera. He's rejoining the race right towards the back of the field. So got to do some pushing hard now to salvage some more points. Tristan now starting to come under a bit of pressure now from Luke. So Luke really starting to put the pressure on at the front. Also Sophie McGinn out there as well. Martin goes down again. He needs to take up banger racing.
Certainly going to have a headache after that one, isn't he? I bet he wishes he stayed down on the first one.
And we're going to have the battle really is starting to rage now at the front. Luke is trying everything he can now. So Luke Stapleford really is putting the pressure on. Tristan Palmer just holding the line at the moment. They've got a back marker in front of them. That's Sophie McGinn. They get safely past Sophie. So Tristan has got Luke Stapleford all over his rear wheel. Well, it will be about bragging rights between these two in this one. Team manager and rider out there. And you can see Martin Cockayne just pushing his bike back as well. I think he's had enough.
I think that's a long, slow walk back, that one.
And I bet he's hoping nobody's caught it on camera. But the battle now, Tristan Palmer coming towards us, another back marker just in front of them. And there they go, safely through. And that's Luke Stapleford has made the move. So Luke Stapleford into the front of the field. So Luke Stapleford, your new race leader. Tristan Palmer there in second position. Then it's John Bolsover coming through. Then Marlon Hussain going through. Then Mick Lord 69. I think Matt Bolsover was still behind Mick Lord there as they went through. Trying to catch a glimpse as they went through quickly. But it is Luke Stapleford, your race leader, just up onto the rumble strip there. Ahead of Tristan Palmer. Your race leader, at least two really have pulled out from the rest of the field. So obviously not only just accomplished big bike riders, but they're certainly accomplished pit bike riders as well.
Yeah, it's big broad talent out there, isn't it? Big broad talent.
So there they go. And it looks like Luke's starting to pull away slightly as well now. So Luke pulling away from Tristan as it and he goes down. Oh, and that's probably got to be the crash of the year for us. Right, couldn't have picked it better, right in front of the camera. So that has now put Tristan Palmer. So the bragging rights are really going to be good on the way home in that one now.
I think Luke's going to have his tail between his legs. I hope he's paying for that camera.
So Tristan Palmer, your new race leader, back there at the front. John Bolsover still there in second position. Marlon Hussain in third, just ahead of Mick Lord. I think Matt Bolsover still there in fifth position behind him. And we are coming towards the closing stages, so barring any other incidents out there, I think I can't see there being any changes. So at the checkers, it's going to be Tristan Palmer taking the win from John Bolsover, Marlon Hussain taking third. The championships, it was Martin Cockayne that we saw taking the dive, won the championship with 654 points. Second went to Richie Turner with 580 points, and Scott Larkin, number 8, took the third position in the championship with 502 points.
So what a fantastic season roundup to round 11 of the National Mini Bike Road Race Championships here in Lydd. I hope you've enjoyed all of today's action. I know I have, and love getting stuck in with the boys. We'll see you next season.